You meet people based on where you're at psychologically, based on frequency, energy, and vibration. So when you run into a stranger and you guys click, it's because you guys are on the same wavelength. Y'all vibing on the same frequency. Y'all energy is matching. And this don't just pertain to like when you meet a dude or you meet a female. It literally pertains to whoever you cross paths with. If y'all are on the same wavelength, then you're going to be drawn toward each other. Have you ever been in a grocery store on an aisle and you shopping or whatever, and then next thing you know, somebody just stops you and they want to talk, and you talk to them, and you like, normally I don't do this, but for some reason, like, this person, like, I don't know, I just like, I want to talk back to this person. I don't mind talking to this person. It's because y'all on the same vibration. Or like that one friend that you meet on social media and y'all just vibe and just click, and you ain't never met the person, met he or she in your whole, you ain't never met them. Yet you feel like y'all known each other before. It's because y'all frequencies are in alignment. So yes, even when it comes to an ex, okay? At one point you guys were on the same page. If you weren't on the same page, then it would be no way that you guys would have bumped into each other and ever met. Now, what happens is, at some point, the relationship grows apart, the connection grows apart. Somebody grows, and the other person either stays the same or whatever may happen. The two of you are no longer in sync. And when that happens in relationships, whether it's platonic or romantic relationships, what happens is you usually just kind of drift away from each other. And it usually starts spiritually, then it's mentally, then it's emotionally, and then it's physically. Which is why when you're broken and you're not quite healed and you meet someone, you usually meet somebody who is broken too, and it becomes a trauma bond. Or you meet somebody who is the exact opposite and they try to lift you up, or it can be vice versa. You try to lift them up, you meet a broken person and you vibing high, but maybe the universe, put them on your path for a reason, and you vibing high and they vibing real low. The connection won't last as long as it's supposed to because it's not in alignment. If this person isn't willing to lift their vibrations and raise their frequency, then you guys cannot stay in sync. And if you can't stay in sync, then there is no alignment, and what happens is drifting away again. Same thing for those who try to manifest their exes back and things like that. If you're not willing to go to that level, if you're not willing to shrink yourself down to that person's level, then it's no way you can get that relationship back. You shouldn't even want it back if you have to lower your vibration in order to reconnect with the person. That's crazy. But however, people do it. You ever wonder why, like, no matter how hard, like, if you reconnect with an old friend, right? Or you start back connecting with like an old relative that you fell out with or fell off with, not even necessarily fell out, but fell off with, y'all went your own ways, whatever. Life happened, y'all disconnected, right? And then all of a sudden you guys reconnect, how, for whatever reason. And you realize, like, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you put into it, no matter how much you just try to vibe with that person, the connection is just not the same. Well, that's because one person has grown. Somebody has literally shifted to a different version of themselves, and that old version that was in alignment with that person is non-existent, basically. So the connection cannot connect like it used to. As much as you want that ex back, there is no way that relationship can actually work if you are not willing to either shrink yourself or divert back to the person you were when you were with that person. So if we've grown, if you've elevated, the only way that can happen, the only way that connection can even work is if you, I'm trying to figure out the word, if you demote yourself back down. You have to demote yourself back down to that person's level. So where you at mentally is what is the type of frequency you're gonna draw in.